as I'm out here in the garden, I wanted to make note. First of all, I wear slide-on clocks. Those are my garden shoes, my outdoor working shoes. Anyway, but I'm barefoot inside here. It's very good for your body, very healing. Second of all, I wanted to go and note. I'm pulling up. If you can see this. This is shitty weird weed barrier that we put down here years ago because we were making, and it just rips. Like, it's horrific. Don't ever buy this crap. It's like the fabric kind instead of the plastic kind. And this is a 4x8 garden bed, and we actually had 3 of them here. We've since taken the one that was here and we moved it where those tall weeds are right there. There's actually a box over there that I put my mint in. We had mint here. I think there was mint in this box. Anyway, actually, no, I lied. It was in this box because there's still a couple pieces over there. But we put this little fungus. If you can see my fungus. I love these. That's healthy, good healthy soil. We're gonna leave that there. But we put down weed barrier first, and it was just stuff that we bought at like Walmart-ish. Actually, that's probably where it came from. And it's this shit, and it's horrific. Like, don't buy it. It's crap. It obviously, you can look. You see how much it's working, don't you? And now you're trying to pull pieces of this crap out of the soil. If I just kind of grab pieces every time I come. But if I went and did it right, I would get a shovel and dig up this whole area. But as for now, it's just something that, catches on the hoe every time we come out here. The plastic weed barrier that we have is much better, lasts much longer. And there's only one company, it's this. And usually we put, and you'll see there's some weeds, but this is on top of it. So that's not really a concern. We typically have a bunch of wood chips on top of here, all the way around the garden. We didn't do wood chip this year because we were moving, and so we just didn't put money into that. But yeah, like I bought this on, I think I bought this on Amazon, but it's by like Sunset or Sun. It's Sun something. But if you don't get the right name brand, you will wish you had. And that, it's not horribly expensive, but since it's the plastic woven, it lets water through. It does not let light through. And it also, you can burn holes in it, which is what we did. That's how you cut it. You cut it with like a torch. You can burn holes in it so that we can plant directly into it. I don't think I have one of those pieces around here. Those pieces were in the main garden, and I think we got them all rolled up and packed. I hope we did at least. But yeah, this is what you're going to be doing in 5 years if you don't buy the proper weed barrier the first time. And that's not fun because you're never going to get it all out of your soil. Here is the destruction I have wreaked on the garden so far. There wasn't anything planted in this section anyway. I was trying to think if we had some. There might have been some cosmos left over from last year. The head reseeded, but I don't see any cosmos. Little sunflower patch we did plant. We just threw sunflower seeds in the ground. That is still a really big. This big one right there is still lamb's quarters that I need to go chop down. I wanted to show you another thing that I found in my garden that I try to keep when I find it, and it is this one. Obviously you can see that I chopped that little guy. It looks like a 3-leaf clover, but it doesn't have the white on the inside of it. Not this guy. This guy is we call him sticky tack. It's sticky weed. It's gross. Anyway, this guy right here. They're these cute little yellow flowers, and did you see how there are 3 heart-shaped leaves? It's wood sorrel, and wood sorrel is a really great, I mean, even just picking it off like that and eating it, it's got a great burst of lemon flavor. I can ask my friend Sky. He will thought I was trying to lie to him. I'm like, no, it really does taste good. Like, eat it. I've got some leftover potatoes that weren't great, so we're just gonna throw them back in the ground. But yeah, that wood sorrel is one that I do leave alone. Perilla shisho, that I do not leave alone. I just don't like it. I don't have a use for it. If I had a use for it, I would probably leave it, obviously. It's this, and if you crush it, a lot of things in the garden, you can crush the leaves and smell them, and then you can figure out what it is. It's very much a black licorice smell. I don't like black licorice anyway, but perilla is, I don't know if you call it an herb, but you can use it sort of in the same manner. We have a big pile up there near the barn, and every time you weed eat it, it's disgusting. This is my very large lamb's quarters. These things the stalks get really, really, really thick, which is what this one's going to be. And I don't know if I can get in here and show you. There's that thing down right there. And they're going to be hard to pull, and they're going to be hard to cut. Look at you. You're a happy sunshine. Make sure to take those. I was trying to find some. This is not it. This is, what is that one called? I don't know, but it's another nasty weed. I'm going to throw that guy away. I don't know what these are. I need to look that up, but they're ridiculous and everywhere. So each one of these makes a flower and then a seed head. So you can kind of see, like, on this vine, just how many seed heads there's going to be. And then you have the ones at the back, dying off and going to seed, while the ones at the front are still blooming. That one's about to open up. They're one of these, like, openy, closey, it gets too hot, we're going to close. Because you can see the ones that were open this morning are already closed when the sun comes out, trying to keep their moisture in. Anyway, they're awful. And then obviously you can see they just spread and make babies everywhere. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys that. This is all of this in here. Half tempted to leave it and have it, because it's just a chop and drop, like let it go down. But we also, some of these really big ones, we're probably going to end up feeding to the pigs. And while I show you this is Johnson grass. It spreads by rhizomes, which suck. And they can travel, like they keep trying every one of these notches, they send up a shoot. And if you break it in between here, now you have 2 plants. And if you break it in between here, now you have 3 plants. Like, that's how disgusting this crap is. So even I try and pull up. A lot of this I'll just kind of hack down, but I try and pull up the Johnson grass and the grasses as much as possible. I thought I saw another one, and another good example here, this guy. Stepping on him. This is another good example of this root. And again, every one of these little notches right here, every one of these little notches, it's gonna create another freaking plant. So even when you break it apart, here's the one that it broke off from the last one, and here's more that it's creating. Bane. But then we stand up and we take our beautiful zinnias. Most of these were actually just seeded from last year, and I can see a bunch of dead seed heads, so I'm gonna go, or a bunch of dead flowers. So the next thing that I'll even show you what I do with these guys. Oh, look, that looks like a potato plant. Potato, tomato, might be tomato. None of which we planted, or we didn't plant potatoes or tomatoes here. Planted potatoes down there a little bit. I've got a little, his name is chupacabra, and so I've got a chupacabra in my garden trying to eat me. All of these that have the petals have all fallen off. You can kind of see that guy right there. Like, this literally is just, I don't even see any seeds left in there. Seeds are, let me pull some off of this one. This is still a little green. See how they're flat? This guy right here. Some of that's like petal in here. But these flat ones, they almost look like arrowheads. That's a seed. And look, I'm seeding for next year. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come through here. This one still has some pink on top, so I would leave that one. But even these that have kind of dried back like that, this guy, and what I do is I just cut them, this guy down here especially, I cut them off and I put them in a Ziploc bag, but I leave the Ziploc bag open. I don't worry about throwing these in the dehydrator or anything, but I leave the Ziploc bag open like in the house so that if there is any moisture on it left, or since it's now warm out here, that they can go, it can dry out a little bit more. We definitely don't want seeds, and you don't want to seal them right away and then have the moisture affect that and mold your seeds. There's one, I don't know if you can kind of see it right here. There's a white one. I don't think I've ever seen white zinnias before, so we're definitely collecting seed heads from that one. There's some really pretty double red ones right back here. And then there's some like this that, I don't know if this is one of them too. See how it's, no, that one's just faded. See how it's variegated. It's like a pink and an orange. So we're definitely taking seed heads from that. This one right here, this big orange one sticking up, is also another one that's kind of an orange and yellow put together. And so that is definitely what we're going to do. Is it's easy, and then I don't really ever have to buy, like with this, you never have to buy zinnia seeds again unless there's a specific color that you don't want. I think there's a green, maybe a green one somewhere that I don't have, but some of these really, really pretty colored ones, if they come off like this plant over here, no, that one's not so bad. Some of these look a little less than interesting, and you know, don't save those if you don't want that color. But those really pretty orangey ones back there, definitely saving seed heads. And then, like I said, I will have seed heads. I will have seeds forever. I think Nicole is the one that said she's garlic solvent. I'm not sure if that's the word she used. I don't think it is. But she's self-sustaining. She doesn't ever have to buy garlic again, unless for some reason there's an epic failure in her garlic crop. But they won't ever have to buy zinnia seeds again, which again, they're not expensive, but it's one less thing that you have to spend money on. And I like it. The other thing I should be doing, which I'm not because I'm definitely enjoying them out here, is to come out and trim some of these. When you deadhead them, you know, by taking the seed heads, that is helpful. It helps the plant keep producing, because otherwise the plant's like, oh, I made seeds, that's my job, I'm done. But if you can cut off the flowers, and so then they're like, oh crap, that flower didn't make it, better make another one. And so they will make more. And that's something else that we'll do is, I think I have time to get in a zinnia crop at the neighbors, at the compound. I say the neighbors all the time. We are the neighbors. And I will definitely do lettuce. I've got beans ready, all kinds of stuff. And that is completely cleared out too. But I don't think, I might throw like some peas in there just for ground cover. That's kind of why I'm thinking about leaving this, just ground cover, because if you don't put something there, then Mother Nature will put something there. Remember that always. It's kind of a little thing to remember that Mother Nature doesn't like to be naked. She will always be covered, whether you cover her with something you want or she covers her with something she wants. And typically the things that she wants to cover herself with are not what you want. All right, grabbing my shoes because I have to run into the house. Got a little bit of an onion crop. The onions were in there. They're not very big onions, but that's all right. Here is another one of our weeds that I find that I do not like, or mint, because mint was in here in the middle. This would have been the third, because you can see more of that shit. So this would have been the third, and it looks like we put plastic on the bottom of it to, you know, try and keep out the weeds. This monstrosity. Get a good look at it, friends. That one you want to kill, and you want to kill early. It's got a squash bug on it. Anyway, it is. Let's see if I can pull. Oh, here's a baby one. Get this guy out of here. This one not so much. They have red stems. See, their stems are a little. Ooh. Well, we can't see it. Stems are a little speckled. They're a little bumpy. Cockaburs. Friends, this is what a cockabur plant looks like. If you don't know what a cockabur is, you've never grown up in the north, and or you've never stepped on one. I'll see if I can insert a picture of an actual cockabur. They're spiky ball of death that is just horrific. They're the ones that latch onto your clothes, and then you carry them around. And anyway, again, it's a spiky ball of death, and we don't like them. So those are one things that I try to make sure that I pick early. I don't see any actual cockaburs in the ground that I could show you what they look like, but get that out of your garden, out of your anywhere before it starts to produce. Here's another one. See, and they just hide in amongst the perilla, in amongst things until it's too late. So let's see if we can get a good. That's perilla. That's the underside of perilla. Kind of got this reddish tint to it, and it smells like black licorice. Gross. And this one is the cockabur, and it has kind of a dots all up and down it. And it's gross. Now I'm gonna go into the house. That's why I put my shoes on, so that I can get a sack for the seed heads. I'm just gonna mix mine all together except for the white ones. Maybe one of the red ones. I might label a couple of colors, but I'm just gonna mix them all together. And then I'm going to get a sack for the onions.